Hey, this is Dread, and I'm here with my friend Mac, tribe mate, and we are going to show you how to breed featherlights. Say hi, Mac.
Hi, everybody.
All right, so what you got for us,
Welcome
Mac?
to Breeding 101. Breeding 101 with Mac. Okay, first I got to make sure one of these propagators is empty because I don't think I did that pre-stream. Okay, so for those of you who are unfamiliar, this machine is called, what the heck is the name of it? The Propagator. I keep forgetting it.
CS
Sorry.
Propagator.
So yeah, the propagator. Basically, what happened for those of you who are unaware, we now basically have S plus in Arc Ascended. It's
Yep.
cyber structured.
Cyber structured.
Okay.
Which is just like S plus
All right.
from Evolved.
So for those of you who are unfamiliar with the propagator, the first thing you have to do is build a propagator. And then you have to put element in it and turn it on. We've already got ours on, and as long as you leave element in it and don't turn it off, you won't have to spend an element to turn it on every time you want to breed. So that's number one. Number two, you can't have a bunch of different kinds of dinos in here. You can only have one breed of dinos. So like right now I have featherlights. I just got this shiny albino one today. For those of you who are familiar with the Shiny Dinos mod, it's cool. For those of you who aren't, I would suggest you try to find a server where you can check it out. So my male has better stats than the ones I had before, so we're going to breed these 6 females with it and try to get our base breeding pair. But the other nice feature I want to show people, since we're looking for a 524 egg, if you open the propagator up, and you go up there where the little magnifying glass is, and you type in 5.2, you type 5.2 in there. When things come out, only the eggs that have a 5 and a 2 in their levels will show up.
Oh, cool.
And then you'll probably see the egg before I will, because I'm gonna sit here and scan the regular way. The start is the most important part, making sure you have all same level dinos and all that. That's the most important part. Because as you can see, we're getting different level eggs. So if you were trying to mutate, imagine trying to figure out which one was the one you wanted to keep.
Right.
Seeing as they're all different levels and you don't know what's what and who's who. But the hardest part is at the beginning, getting your matching leveled eggs. That's the hardest part, getting a base breeding pair.
Did you want to explain these birds? Little hatchery birds?
Oh, the hatchery? Okay, so the hatchery is also part of the CS mod. And if you look in this one that's flapping its wings on the left, you'll see there are eggs in there. And you'll notice that they are incubated. So if you take an egg and you stick it in here, it will incubate. And our good buddy Alf turned up our incubation times. So the reason I picked the featherlights is because those eggs will incubate in a matter of under a minute, I think. Like, it does not take long at all. You don't want to imprint your breeding dinos. You only want to imprint the dinos that you're going to use.
And you don't use your breeding dinos.
Yeah, you don't use your breeding dinos. They're just breed. You don't add any points to them or anything. You just leave them in a terminal or storage or in a state of constant breeding. If you're on vanilla, that way you've always got eggs. But yeah, you don't mess with them.
That way, when you're out in the field and you end up dying and your animal gets killed, come back and breed another one.
Yupper. Now, something I want to show you. If you come over here and look in the bag that the mutator dropped, maybe you already know this, but I'm going to show you anyway. If you look at those two, Everything's the same, right?
right?
Except look at the Dino ID. Under source aberration, it says ID, and it's got a long number there on one of them, and the other one's blank.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, the reason for that is the blank one is the clone. However, something I discovered is that once you feed it the gender swap potion,
yeah,
because I'm gonna have you do this so that everybody can see, but once you feed it the gender swap potion, it'll get an ID.
right. Put the clone thing back down. So.
Oh yeah, I gotta put the thing back. Yeah. Yeah, I'll set it right there by the cauldron. That works. There we go. And then put the big boy back over, or the little boy, whatever, back over here. Okay, this little fridge right here is where the milk is. And the gender swaps and all that. That little red one.
The GDG.
Albino feather light. It's so
and we
pretty.
want just the regular milk.
The white milk. Yeah, the white milk.
We don't want to imprint it.
Or wait, no, you don't. Yeah, it's a clone. You don't have to raise it up. You just want to give it the gender swap to make it a female.
Oh, okay. Back. Potion. Thank you, GDG. Wonderful potions table.
Yep.
Drink that, and look at that. It turned pink. Not going to put any points in here.
Yep.
3 points. Now we're going to back up.
Propagator up, and the propagator over here on the right.
Boom. Right. Prepare them for
and
breeding.
Now we're gonna breed. Yep, and we're gonna breed them regular because we want a few more females so that when we start mutating eggs, we get our mutations.
Okie dokie.
So what I'll do is I'll pull the male eggs, and you can take the female eggs and stick them over there in the nest, or you can put them in the mutated eggs terminal because both will incubate them. I've just been using the nest because it's quicker. Or I think it is. I don't know. I could be wrong. Okay, so to kind of start over and explain this process, let's start with the first question that you should ask when you want to learn how to breed. The first question is, what is a breeding pair? I know a lot of people have probably seen people talk about this or heard people talk about it. There's your first female egg, by the way. A breeding pair is exactly what we have here in this terminal. It's a male and a female with the exact same levels. See that? They're both 524 and the exact same wild stats, as you can see them in there. Same on both of them.
No
this
points.
is what you call a base breeding pair. No points added to them. Yes, they are a base breeding pair. Now, for those who don't want to collect eggs, the reason we have EXP terminals is because you can use the terminals to destroy stuff and you get experience for that. And you can level dinos up with it. It's really a nice feature of the terminals. For those of you who don't have the terminals, you can eat those eggs. You can throw them over a cliff, whatever you want to do with them, because you're going to end up with a bunch of eggs that you don't necessarily want or need, or you can just turn it all into kibble if you have the resources to do that.
We also have a bio grinder, so we could actually grow them up and throw them in the bio grinder for meat, hide, and kibble.
Now, just to explain to everybody what we're doing is, even though we have a base breeding pair, we don't want to mutate one egg at a time, so we're getting more females so that we can do multiple mutations at the same time. All right, you want to come grab these eggs? They're almost incubated. Got one that's halfway. It'll be done in just a second. One more click and it's done. Yeah, you're going to throw them out in the air conditioners, and then you're going to grow them up, and you're going to come over here and put them in the propagator, and then we're going to start mutating. Yep.
Yep.
That's where the babies should be. Okay. I guess 8 will work. That'll give us 9 base breeders. It's funny, you toss them out like you're throwing a baseball. I'm like watching it. The animation for that is so funny. Some of you understand how mutations work, some of you don't. So when you're mutating, the reason we go with multiple breeders is because just because the propagator guarantees us that we're going to get a mutation, it doesn't guarantee us that we'll get the mutation that we want. It's completely random. You might get food, you might get oxygen, you might get health, you might get weight, and depending on what dino you're breeding and what stat you want to mutate depends on, you know, what stat you want to mutate. There you go. Now you want to pick them up, throw them in the propagator.
Oh, couple of laid eggs.
Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty fast egg layers. Great, which is great for kibble.
Great.
All right. So now we have everybody in there. I'm going to take the male out and put him back in so that everything's in a neat and orderly fashion. Okay, now you're going to prepare dinos for breeding and do the 2. And then we're going to watch for the mutated eggs.
2 at the bottom. Start breeding.
I have, okay, this is what I have. I have oxygen.
Yep.
Stamina.
Okay.
Weight, or melee. Weight. And health.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So
You got them all.
just pick a stat.
Health.
Okay. I would say that's the most important stat on them because, like I said, they are little guys and they need a lot of health to survive tough fights.
All right. Health 1 should be in the turn. Yep, there.
And guys, other than getting the breeding pair, this is the hardest part, is making sure you get specifically the stats you want to mutate. Once you've got that first level of mutation, now we're just going to keep stuffing males into this terminal, or this propagator right here where we have the feather lights. We'll take the previous male out and stick him in the feather light terminal.
Now this one's going to be
Well, actually,
named.
I'm going to hold on to him because he's my personal one, but yeah.
This one's going to be named Health 1, right?
Well, you can just name it. Yeah, Health 1 is good.
Because that's the first health mutation.
Yeah.
Good way to keep them straight. All right, come on, grow up. Give you the potion.
Give him his food back. So he's got food to eat, and then pick him up.
I don't understand. I gave him the milk. There he goes.
It's grown. Yeah, it just took it a second.
You need to second guess it.
Now you're just going to breed specifically for health. Everything else goes into the EXP bin.
Okay.
And something I want to point out in the video, guys. Early on when Ark Ascended came out, I watched a video and somebody said that running single line mutations is no longer the utmost important thing to do because they did something to make the mutations their own separate stat and all that. Like when you look in here and she highlights one of those Pokeballs and it shows you all the stats, you'll notice that the mutations are there instead of like up at the top where they used to be, where it said like 1 of 20 or 2 of 20 or whatever. So now mutations is its own separate stat versus the wild stat and the added points. So the first stat you see on the left is the wild stat of the dino. The middle stat is the number of mutations it has. And then, well, it's the points of mutation, not the number of mutations. We have 1 mutation on that, but 4 points. And then the stat on the right is the points that you've added to that particular dino, just so you know.
Right. Okay.
But
now,
doing single line mutations is how I learned to breed, so I guess I'm just stuck in the old ways.
Now, when I hit the start breeding, do you want me to do 2 mutations again?
Yep. Yep. And this time you're only looking for health. You don't care about any other stats. Health is the only thing you're looking at.
All right.
And instead of 4, you're looking for 8 this time.
Okay.
It'll jump 4 points every time because we're doing 2 double mutations. That's what the element in the propagator does. It gives you 2 points of mutation instead of 1, and it gives you 2 per. So you're doing 2 elements, so you should have 4 points of mutation.
There we go. Let's see here.
Oh, you can click it when they're not ready. You just have to wait. You just have to wait the timer.
Oh. Yep. Got one.
Okay, then you're going to click on stop breeding.
2.
And this time I'll be the egg runner. I'll take all the unwanted eggs over to the thing, and you're going to go incubate that one and pop it and grow it up.
These are females, but we can change the gender, right?
Yeah, it don't matter.
Okay.
It don't matter. Yeah, you just need 1. You don't just 1 health. That's 1 health egg. That's all you need.
I'll go ahead and put this one in.
And then I gotta put him in the featherlight terminal.
And I'll put
the
other one here.
There we go. Yeah, you want the yellow bar down to a 1. It should say 1 on the incubation.
Pop it out.
Yipper, and while we're at it, I'm gonna clone my male 1 more time.
Let me do the thing so we can see. So we click on the little dinosaur, hit clone dino, albino featherlight.
You're gonna have to pull shards first because it takes like 60,000 to do it.
57,890. So.
Yep. You need to pull 6 stacks of shards.
Cloning. Take 11 minutes and 20 seconds. Grab this baby. Milk. Potion. Two. Okay. Gator. Bear dinos for breeding. Start breeding. 2. Start breeding. Now we're looking 12. Mac is such a good teacher. I am learning something I never thought I would be able to learn. Thanks, Mac.
It's quite simple. No problem. It's quite simple. The hard part is getting started. Once you get it started, that's when it becomes smooth like butter.
So we'll take the daddy out of here.
Yep. Oh shoot, I was supposed to be doing that for you, but
That's all
that's
right.
okay. You could show what you're doing.
Put them in this feather lights.
Yeah. Yeah. And the reason we do that, guys, is if something happens somewhere along the line and your mutations get messed up somehow or something's not going right, you can always go back. You can even, like, with the way we have this set up, you can even go all the way back to the beginning, and guess what?
Start over.
Not a problem. You can start the line over if you have to, or you can go back, 2 or 3 mutations wherever the issue occurred, and then you don't have to start all over. So that's why we save the males until we get to the final stages, so that if something does go wrong, we have that backup to go back to and fix whatever we did wrong.
How many times do we want to do this?
As many as you want. Depends on how much health you want on your feather light.
Once we get enough males with all the points we want, then what do we? How do we mix those together to get them all those stats into one?
So you're gonna finish your health line, and then you'll do whatever you do next. Let's say it's melee, right? Okay. So you do your melee next. All right. Then when you get those 2 lines done, you're gonna combine those 2 until you get a 2-stat dino. So what you'll do is you'll take one of the males, it doesn't matter which one, and you'll breed it with the females without any more mutations, and you'll wait for a female to come through with the mutations from the male. Then you'll take that female and breed it with the other mutated male, and then you'll combine those 2 stats. Once you combine those 2 stats, then you'll have a 2-stat dino. So you'll save that one. Then when you get your other 2 lines done,
that's how you get another.
You'll combine those
pair.
2 stats and combine. Yep. Well, no, you're not. No. What you'll do is you'll combine all those, and what you're looking for is a 4, 5, 6 stat male, and then you'll breed the male with the base breeders, the base females that we have in there now. And that multi-stat dino, what it'll do is it'll take it a little while, but it will pump out max stat dinos, and you'll only take those max stat eggs. You won't take like a 2-stat or a 4-stat, or once you've got all the stats combined together.
Or just put on your foot.
Yeah, he does that, but I don't mind. So there we go. Let's see. We have 40 points of mutations, which, like she said, that means we have 10 mutations on that dino.
Come on.
Pretty bird. Pretty bird.
Pretty.
Oh, he got the teal or cyan or whatever. Yeah, that's a good looking bird.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Right, so normally we would put him back in the propagator and keep going until we got up to however many health wanted. Take this health
254 points of mutation.
Yep. But now, put them away. Or do you want me to put 10 in there for when you get ready to finish him?
No, go ahead and put him in the feather lights. That's fine. Oh, wow, you're almost tall. Like, we're the same height, I think.
No, you're a little taller than me. A little bit.
Oh, am I? Ooh.
Anyways, thank you, Mac, for showing us how to use the propagator and how mutations work.
It's been fun, everybody. Hopefully I've answered your questions. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll try to check in, at least once a week and respond to anything that people ask. If I did or said anything that confused you, let me know so that in the future, hopefully I won't repeat those mistakes. And hopefully y'all enjoyed the video and have a good time and go kick some Ark butt.
Good night, everybody.
Whee!